Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to Crime Zone. Before we get to today's video, we wanted to announce that Crime Zone's official Patreon page is now live. In addition to ad-free videos and other extras, patrons will also get access to weekly bonus videos for our Crimes of the Week and Crimes of the Week International series. So if you want even more Crime Zone content, head over to patreon.com/crimezone for exclusive cases not featured in today's video.
Authorities in Washington state say that a 39-year-old man has been arrested this week following the theft of two large vehicles, one of which he used to destroy his estranged wife's house. The bizarre crimes began on Saturday, July 31st, after a man named Andrew Loudon was released from Western State Hospital, a psychiatric facility in the city of Lakewood. That evening, he was spotted by employees of the Osprey Rafting Company in Leavenworth walking around in a yellow sundress. Eventually, he stole a school bus that belonged to the company and fled the area. Police in two different counties pursued Loudon after he took the bus, but both were allegedly forced to abandon the chase due to Washington's new law governing vehicle pursuits. Because Loudon's crime did not meet the requisite criteria of posing an imminent violent or safety threat to others, police had to keep track of Loudon based on witness accounts. The school bus was later found abandoned near Moses Lake. Loudon was eventually caught the following evening in the city of CHEWELAH, almost 350 miles from where he had been released a day earlier. By that time, he had stolen a second vehicle, a front-end loader, and had used it to demolish a house that he had once shared with his estranged wife. At the time of Loudon's arrest, he was still wearing the dress that he had been spotted in the day before. He now faces numerous charges, including theft of a motor vehicle, possession of a stolen vehicle, first-degree malicious mischief, and attempting to elude a police vehicle.
This week, representatives from the BEXAR County Sheriff's Office announced that they had arrested two teenage girls after they allegedly stumbled across a dead body and decided to steal jewelry from the deceased person. The incident took place a few minutes after 8:30 a.m. near the intersection of Sunday Song and Charismatic Roads, just outside of San Antonio. That's when the 16 and 17-year-old came across the body of a young man who appeared to have taken his own life by hanging himself from a railing near a drainage ditch. Following the grisly discovery, the girls contacted another friend, who called 911. However, police say that before they could arrive, the teens took a gold chain with a pendant from the man's body. The crime was discovered when footage of the theft shot by the teenagers began to circulate on social media. The girls allegedly filmed themselves taking the valuables and posted the video to Snapchat. When police officers saw the video, they immediately recognized the teenagers as being the witnesses at the scene where the body was discovered. Both were promptly arrested. The 17-year-old has since been identified as Bethany Martin, who was released from jail on a $2,000 bond on Wednesday. The 16-year-old has not been named due to her age. Both have been charged with theft from a human corpse. Following their arrests, the girls admitted to the theft and returned the pendant to the deceased man's family. However, they claimed that they had not kept the gold chain that was with it. The chain has yet to be recovered. According to one of Martin's friends, she told her that she took the jewelry because it, quote, matched her fashion style.
Authorities in New York City say that 10 people are injured this week after a brazen and terrifying gang-related shooting in Queens. The incident took place at approximately 10:40 p.m. on Saturday, July 31st, in the neighborhood of Corona. That's when two masked and hooded men walked up to a crowd near a barbershop and laundromat and began to open fire. Two other men followed them on mopeds and quickly picked them up after the gunmen had fired their hail of bullets. Police say that the 10 victims range in age from 19 to 72, but thankfully all appear to be suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. They also said that most of the victims were innocent bystanders, and that the sidewalk was crowded with people at the time of the shooting. 3 of the victims were known gang members and are believed to have been the target of the attack. At the time of this recording, police say that they are still searching for the gunmen and that no one has been arrested in connection with the case. Anyone with information about the shooting is being asked to contact the NYPD through their tip line.
An Illinois woman is facing charges this week, a little more than 2 months after viral footage of her was allegedly captured violating wildlife protection laws in Yellowstone National Park. According to reports, the incident occurred sometime in mid-May of this year, when a woman named Samantha Daring was visiting Yellowstone's Roaring Mountain area. Just before 5 p.m., a group of tourists in the area noticed a mother grizzly bear and her 2 cubs, who were coming closer to them. In accordance with park regulations that require visitors to stay at least 300 feet away from the bears, the tourists quickly retreated to their vehicles. That was, with the exception of Samantha Daring. Instead of moving away from the bears, Daring walked closer until she was within roughly 15 feet of the grizzlies and began taking pictures of them with her phone. The tense interaction was filmed by witnesses who captured the moment when the mother grizzly bear bluff charged her before retreating. It was only after that Daring finally walked away. The footage was shared on social media and quickly went viral, where it caught the attention of Yellowstone Park rangers. Within days of the clip circulating online, the officials posted an appeal to the Yellowstone Facebook page, asking for help identifying the woman in the video. Daring, who had been following the page until that point, promptly unfollowed, but it wasn't enough to stop her from being found. Someone who had seen her name tagged in the video reached out to the park rangers, after which a warrant was obtained to search Daring's Facebook page. Images that she had taken of the grizzlies were soon uncovered. Daring has now been charged with feeding, touching, teasing, frightening, or intentionally disturbing wildlife, as well as violating closure limits. She is due to appear in court on August 26th.
Authorities in Texas say that 2 people are dead and at least 3 others are injured this week following a shooting at a gathering in Fort Worth. The incident unfolded in the early morning hours of July 26th during a backyard party at a home in the city. According to reports, the shooter was one of the people who attended the gathering. The trouble began after the man became upset and left the party. He returned a short time later and began arguing with others before shooting and injuring 1 person. When the suspect tried to escape, he was chased down by the other guests, at which point he turned and began to shoot at them. The guests responded by throwing cement landscaping bricks at him as they continued to chase him down. The group eventually caught up to the suspect and managed to take him down, but he continued to fire. 3 other people were shot during the vicious encounter, one of whom died at the scene. The shooter was also killed after being further attacked with the bricks. At the time of this recording, authorities have not released the identities of the shooter or any of the victims. The 3 gunshot victims found alive at the scene are all expected to survive their injuries.
The remains of a teenager who had been missing for 3 years were recently found in the basement of a home in the city of Norman, Oklahoma, according to police documents that were just made public this week. According to reports, in May of this year, officers responded to a home in the 700 block of West Lindsay Street after hearing that a body was being stored in the basement there. A search revealed a large plastic container approximately 3 feet by 4 feet in size underneath the basement stairs. The container had been wrapped in numerous layers of high-density plastic, as well as packing tape and rope. Inside, investigators found the decomposing remains of 19-year-old Margarita Sandoval, a special needs woman who had been reported missing in 2018. The homeowner, who was reportedly not living at the residence at the time, told police that he had known nothing about the body previously. However, he had let a friend store some things in his basement in 2019. He said that he had not seen the friend since May of 2020. Things got even more curious when police tracked down the supposed friend, 34-year-old Octavio Sanchez. Sanchez had previously been identified as Margarita's brother in police reports, and she was living with him at the time of her disappearance. Between January and April of 2018, multiple reports had been made in which Margarita had accused Sanchez and his wife of abusing her. That was the last anyone had heard from her. According to the information released this week, police discovered that Sanchez and his wife were collecting Social Security benefits intended for Margarita shortly after conducting a search of their home 2 months ago. Sanchez is also now facing a weapons charge for the illegal possession of a firearm that was found in his garage. At the time of this recording, no one has been charged in connection with Margarita's death, though authorities are treating the case as a murder. Norman police say that their investigation is ongoing and that they are preparing evidence to present for possible prosecution in the near future.
Authorities in the city of Shakopee, Minnesota say that they have arrested a 42-year-old man on suspicion of second-degree murder this week after he allegedly beheaded his girlfriend and dumped her body in broad daylight. The gruesome investigation began after police received reports of a stabbing at the intersection of 4th Avenue and Spencer Street. When they arrived, they found the headless body of 55-year-old America Thayer next to her car. Her head was lying nearby. As officers investigated the surrounding area, they found a sheath of a large knife. The weapon itself was found in a trash can in an alley close by, along with several articles of Thayer's clothing. Witnesses told police that they had observed a man driving up to the scene where the body was discovered in Thayer's car and pushing her remains out onto the street before taking off. The man, identified as Alexis Saborit, was found walking near Highway 101 a short time later and was taken into custody. Saborit reportedly has a long criminal history that includes previous violent offenses. Domestic abuse was allegedly an ongoing problem between him and Thayer. At the time of this recording, police are continuing their investigation. Saborit's bail has been set at $2.5 million, and his next court appearance is scheduled for August 9th.
Authorities in Corona, California say that 2 teenagers are dead this week following a terrifying shooting at a local movie theater. The incident unfolded on the night of Monday, July 26th, when friends 19-year-old Anthony Barajas and 18-year-old Riley Goodrich went to a 9:35 p.m. showing of The Forever Purge at the Regal Edwards Theater. The theater was relatively empty during the screening, with just 6 tickets sold for the show. When workers went to clean up the theater at the end of the movie, they found the pair suffering from gunshot wounds to the head. Goodrich was pronounced dead at the scene, and Barajas was taken to the hospital in critical condition. He was pronounced dead on Saturday. On Tuesday night, a 20-year-old man named Joseph Jimenez was arrested in connection with the shootings on suspicion of murder, attempted murder, and robbery. The gun believed to have been used in the killings was found during a search of his home. Jimenez became a suspect due to witness accounts and following an anonymous tip that was made to police. While the exact circumstances of the crime remain unclear, such as whether Barajas and Goodrich were killed during or after the movie, police say they believe the shooting was random. They say that Jimenez had no prior contact with either of the victims and that it is thought that he acted alone. Police also said that they did not believe that Barajas' popularity on TikTok, where he had nearly 1 million followers, was related to the crime. At the time of this recording, authorities are currently working to upgrade Jimenez's attempted murder charge to murder in the wake of Barajas' death. Jimenez is currently being held on $2 million bail. That's it for this edition of Crimes of the Week. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest releases. Thank you for watching.